Soft, delicate, and impossibly fragrant, the rose is more than just a flower. Have you ever wondered why this single bloom has captured hearts for thousands of years? From ancient empires to modern cities, it has graced palaces, poems, and passions. Each year, millions are gifted, whispers of love wrapped in petals. But behind every bouquet lies a story of tradition, of science, and of beauty grown with care. Let's uncover the story behind the world's most beloved flower. Did you know that the rose has a history dating back more than 5,000 years? From the ancient gardens of Mesopotamia and Persia to the sacred garlands worn by Roman emperors, the rose has long been a symbol of beauty, power, and reverence. Today, the rose remains a global icon. The red rose is the national flower of the United States, while the Tudor rose carries deep historical meaning in England. Each year, on Valentine's Day, Women's Day, and countless romantic occasions, millions of roses are gifted worldwide as timeless symbols of love and beauty. In open-air farms kissed by sunlight and morning dew, a different kind of rose blooms, the kind destined not for vases, but for perfume. These are damask roses, prized for their intense, velvety fragrance. Delicate, fleeting, and utterly unforgettable. Each morning, just after sunrise, skilled harvesters gently handpick the blossoms at their peak. Why so early? Because that's when their essential oils are most concentrated, a race against time and sun. Once gathered, the petals are weighed and carefully inspected for quality. Only the freshest, most fragrant flowers will make it to the next stage. Here's a surprising fact. It takes over 3,000 kilograms of rose petals, that's millions of individual petals, to produce just a single liter of rose essential oil. A reminder of how rare and precious this substance truly is. The petals are loaded into massive distillation machines, where steam carefully extracts the oil. Drop by drop, the essence of rose is captured, not just its scent, but its soul. Next comes rigorous quality testing. The color, purity, and scent profile must meet exacting standards before moving forward. Finally, the precious oil is bottled, sometimes as pure rose essence, sometimes as a key ingredient in high-end perfumes, cosmetics, skincare, and even wellness products. In vast greenhouses, stretching as far as the eye can see, roses are cultivated with scientific precision. The Netherlands, Kenya, and Ecuador are top rose producers, exporting millions of blooms weekly worldwide. Each morning, skilled workers move swiftly through rows of roses, gently cutting only those that meet exacting standards. These are not just flowers. They are symbols of love, crafted with care. Did you know? Some of the world's largest rose farms harvest over 1 million roses every single day. It's a staggering number, one that reflects humanity's enduring love for this flower. After harvest, the roses begin a fascinating journey. First, they are hand-sorted, each one examined for color, bloom size, and overall condition. It's here that trained eyes spot the difference between beautiful and breathtaking. The leaves near the base of the stem are removed, not just for aesthetics, but to prevent rot in water-filled vases. Next, technology takes over. The roses pass through advanced scanning machines that measure length, stem curvature, bloom diameter, and even check for minor flaws. Every detail matters. Based on these readings, roses are graded and grouped. Then, high-speed binders carefully bundle them into uniform bunches, ensuring consistency for global shipping. Some roses are wrapped by machines, sealed in sleek, moisture-resistant sleeves. Others, especially those destined for luxury markets, are still wrapped by hand, with gentle touches that preserve the natural grace of each bloom. Around the world, on Valentine's Day alone, over 250 million roses are sold in just 24 hours. The global demand is immense. The Netherlands alone exports billions of cut roses annually, while Kenya is the top supplier to Europe. Ever wondered how roses stay fresh after flying 8,000+ miles? Thanks to climate-controlled trucks and cargo holds, blooms from farms in Kenya, Ecuador, or the Netherlands arrive in cities like Tokyo, Paris, and New York, looking flawless, ready to charm. From ancient petals to modern perfumes, the rose remains a timeless symbol of love and beauty. Thanks for watching, and keep blooming with curiosity. Wine has been part of human culture for over 8,000 years, and today, over 36 billion bottles are consumed globally each year. But have you ever wondered how it's made? From the careful selection of vines to the deep flavors developed during aging, every stage is filled with detail and care. In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes of one of the world's oldest and most refined beverages. Did you know wine has been around for over 8,000 years? Wine is an alcoholic drink made by fermenting grape juice. No distillation involved, unlike whiskey or vodka. Wine isn't just a drink, it's an experience. Each sip reveals layers of flavor: ripe fruit, a touch of spice or oak, and smooth tannins that linger. A single 750 milliliter bottle of wine contains about 600 to 800 grapes, nearly a full bunch for every glass you pour. The most expensive bottle of wine ever sold was a 1945 Romane Conti, priced at over $500,000. Grapes for wine are grown in over 70 countries, but the most renowned wine regions are found in France, Italy, Spain, and the United States, known for their ideal climates and centuries-old winemaking traditions. Over 95% of grapevines aren't grown from seeds. They're cloned through a method called cutting. The process starts by selecting healthy, mature vines. These are cut into short segments, about 8 to 12 inches long, each with a growth node. The cuttings are dipped in rooting hormone, then placed in a humid environment. Ideal conditions for strong root growth and higher success. Did you know a single healthy vine can produce over 1,000 cuttings in just one season? That's right, 1,000 new vines from just one plant. Now, it's time to plant the grape cuttings. The soil must be well drained and nutrient-rich, creating the ideal environment for the cuttings to take root. And once a vine takes root, it becomes a long-term companion. Once established, grapevines need regular pruning, training, and protection from pests. A well-cared-for grapevine can live over 100 years, and some in Europe are still producing grapes after more than 3 centuries. When harvest season arrives, there are 2 ways to gather grapes, by hand or by machine. Machine harvesting is faster, labor-efficient, and ideal for large-scale vineyards with flat terrain. However, this method can sometimes crush the grapes and mix them with leaves and branches, which requires careful sorting before pressing. On the other hand harvesting allows for more careful selection of each bunch of grapes. This method avoids spoiled fruit, reduces crushing, and helps preserve the natural powdery layer on the grape skins, an important factor for the fermentation process. At the winery, crates of ripe, juicy grapes arrive in waves during harvest season. The first task? Careful sorting. Grapes are inspected to remove leaves, damaged fruit, or unripe clusters. The fresher the grapes, the better the wine. For red wine, grapes are gently crushed, but the skins are kept intact. Why? Because the deep red color, tannins, and much of the aroma all come from the skins. Without them, you'd end up with rosé or even white wine. In traditional wineries, workers crushed grapes by barefoot stomping, strong enough to release the juice, but gentle enough to avoid crushing the bitter seeds. During fermentation, the juice ferments together with the skins, seeds, and pulp. Yeast, either naturally present or added, converts sugars into alcohol. This stage typically lasts from 5 to 15 days, and the temperature is carefully controlled to preserve flavor. Next comes pressing. The fermented mixture, called the must, is poured into a press where gentle pressure extracts the wine, leaving behind skins, seeds, and solids. Then comes filtering. The wine is carefully filtered to make it clearer, more stable, and ready for the next stage, aging. Before aging, wine experts step in. With trained noses and refined palates, they sniff, swirl, and taste each batch, checking aroma, flavor balance, acidity, and texture. Then comes the most romantic phase, aging. Wines are stored in oak barrels, often French or American oak. These barrels add depth, complexity, and subtle flavors like vanilla, spice, and smoke. Did you know? Some premium wines age for up to 5 years before bottling. After aging for months, or even years, in oak barrels, the wine is finally ready for its last journey. Bottling. Before anything touches the glass, each bottle is sterilized with precision. Why? Because even a tiny bit of oxygen or bacteria could spoil the entire batch. Next comes the filling, and it happens fast. A modern bottling line can fill up to 15,000 bottles per hour. Then, a cork or screw cap seals in the flavor and starts the countdown to when the wine will be opened and enjoyed. Each bottle is labeled with pride, telling the story of its origin, grape variety, and vintage year. After that, the bottles are gently placed into custom-designed cardboard boxes. These aren't just for shipping. They protect the wine from light, vibration, and temperature changes. And finally, the wine is sealed, stacked, and shipped, ready to travel the world and bring people together over a shared glass. With over 1.2 billion sheep worldwide, these animals are raised for soft wool, rich milk, and tender meat. From ancient herds to modern mega-farms in Australia and New Zealand, sheep remain essential to global agriculture. Every morning begins with grazing, milking or shearing, and sheep were the first domesticated over 11,000 years ago, kick-starting organized livestock farming. Sheep are incredibly versatile animals raised for their soft wool. Today, there are over 1.2 billion sheep in the world. The top producers include China, Australia, India, Sudan, and New Zealand. The journey begins with choosing the right breed. Breeds like Dorper, Suffolk, and Texel are popular due to their rapid growth and high meat. For milk, East Frisian and Awassi sheep are among the best. Picking the right breed means better productivity and healthier animals. Every morning starts with feeding. Sheep primarily graze on grass. Spring is lambing season. Ewes are pregnant for about 5 months, and the warm weather ensures they have access to the nutrition needed to carry and nurse their lambs. And here's a fun Newborn lambs need warmth, proper nutrition, and gentle care to grow strong. Their mother's milk, rich in fats and nutrients, helps them grow quickly. From just 10 to 20 days old, lambs begin weaning and gradually switch to young grass and special feed. By just a few months, their signature thick wool begins to form. Here's something wild. Sheep wool never stops growing. Without regular shearing, some sheep can grow up to 40 kilograms of wool, causing overheating, blindness, or even death. On the farm, skilled shearers work quickly but gently, ensuring that each sheep is safely shorn without harm. Shearing is essential for their health and is often done once a year, yielding around 4–8 kilograms of wool per sheep. After shearing, sheep are treated with anti-parasitic sprays, vitamins. Each ewe can produce up to 3 liters of rich, creamy milk per day, perfect for making gourmet cheese. Sheep are gently guided into the milking area, where their udders are cleaned before being connected to automatic milking machine. Sheep milk is a nutrient powerhouse, containing more calcium, protein, and vitamins than cow's milk. In fact, some dairy sheep can produce up to 600 liters of milk per year. That's enough for over 120 kilograms of cheese. Sheep are typically harvested for meat when they reach 6 to 12 months of age. Transporting sheep by trucks and ships is common in major sheep-producing regions like Australia. At the port, the sheep are transferred onto massive livestock ships. In another section, machines extract golden coconut oil slowly, separating pure liquid from the flesh. These floating farms are equipped with feeding systems, water supply, and onboard veterinarians. The sheep are monitored around the clock during long sea journeys. From there, they're shipped to markets in Japan, Germany, South Korea, Canada, and of course, the United States. Not all oranges make it to the box, some become delicious bottled juice instead. First, the oranges are juiced by industrial extractors capable of processing up to 20,000 oranges per hour. The peel, seeds, and pulp are separated, leaving only the golden, flavorful juice. Then, skilled workers manually trim fat, check hygiene indicators like bacteria levels and heavy metals, and vacuum seal the meat for safe delivery. Lamb meat has a rich, slightly gamey flavor and is often grilled, stewed, or turned into kebabs. It's a high-protein, heart-friendly meat rich in iron, vitamin B12, and unsaturated fats, making it a favorite. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.